Welcome back to an immaculate grid video. I know I haven't been doing them, it's because I've been busy, but one of my friends sent me his immaculate grid yesterday, and it was this one. So I told him I would do it, and it's a good one. I should get a rarity score of 0 for it. So, outfield and 100 RBIs, Ray Pepper, 0.008%. Ray Pepper is an example of just because you have 100 RBIs in a season does not mean that you had a good season. At minus 2.2 WAR, he had 101 RBIs and negative WAR because there were a lot of runs scored in the era that he played. And let's go with Joe Vosmick, 0.006%. He almost won the 1935 American League batting title, but Buddy Meyer beat him out on like the last day of the season. And only one team, Austin McHenry, 0.05%. And then, let's see, played outfield and pitched, Van Lingle Mungo, 0.006%. He only played out not many times in his career, but I remember he played outfield in a game that was like 17 innings. So that's how I knew that. And 300 average and pitched, Ed Konichi, 0.002%. One of his nicknames was, he was from La Crosse, Wisconsin, and so they had much better nicknames back then. One of his nicknames was the La Crosse Lulu. Doesn't say it there, but that was one of his nicknames. Let's see, and pitched one game, only one team. Frank Oakry, 0.002%. I think he gave up a couple homers to Babe Ruth, is how I remember that. Let's see. Played outfield in 6 WAR season, George Stone, 0.01%. Had a great year in 1906. Led the American League in all 3 of the triple slash categories, but it could never really duplicate that. And then Cy Seymour, these two had very similar one-year peaks. Cy Seymour, 1905, incredible year. He had 8 WAR, never had more than 4.5 in any other season. And then George Stone, 1906, 8.8, led the American League in all of these things. Never had more than 5.4. And only one team in 6 WAR season, Bill James from the 1914 Miracle Braves, rarity score of 0. Bill James was the reason that they won the pennant. He was okay in 1913, but in 1914 he was incredible. But he injured his arm after that, and he was never the same pitcher. So 22 years old, and he puts up that season, and they win the pennant, and the next year they probably lost like 10 more games because he couldn't pitch anymore. The next 2 years, if Bill James was on the Braves, the next 2 years they would have won the pennant, because the 1915 they lost by 7 or 6 games, and 1916 they lost the pennant by 4 games. But Yeah, also, he definitely would have been like one of the all-time great pitchers if he didn't injure his arm. So yeah, rarity score of 0.